while debating Raphael Warnock in Georgia's runoff Senate race, Kelly Loeffler was confronted with the fact that she had made some stock trades immediately after getting some insider information in late January by the Senate in regard to the coronavirus. Let's see how that went down.
Senator Loeffler, when you received the private briefing regarding the coronavirus pandemic, you dumped millions of dollars of stock in order to protect your own investments. And then weeks later, when there came an opportunity to give ordinary Georgians an extra $600 of relief, you said you saw no need and called it counterproductive. Why do you think it's counterproductive to help ordinary Georgians in the middle of a pandemic?
Well, thank you for that question, because I've been completely exonerated. Those are lies perpetrated by the left-wing media and Democrats to distract from their radical agenda.
No, she has not been exonerated, at least not in an non-political fashion, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But for those of you who are just hearing about this, I'd love to share the details of what she did immediately after that Senate briefing on the pandemic, which, by the way, immediately after that, she went on to downplay how severe coronavirus really was, putting other people's lives at risk. So on January 24th, Loeffler attended a private Senate briefing by Dr. Anthony Fauci and Dr. Robert Redfield about the coronavirus threat. In the 3 weeks following that meeting, Loeffler and her husband, the president of the New York Stock Exchange, Sprecher, made more than 20 stock sales amounting to between 1.25 million and 3.1 million. Loeffler also bought stock in two companies that produce, oh, would you look at that? Teleworking software. All of a sudden, teleworking software was on her radar. Fascinating. Once markets began plummeting in late February, the couple sold 18.7 million in shares of Intercontinental Exchange stock in 3 separate deals. They also sold shares in retail stores like Lululemon and TJ Maxx. So of course, retail stores got hit pretty hard by this pandemic. It would make sense to sell your stock in these types of companies if you know beforehand through some insider info that these companies are gonna get hurt by the pandemic. And so when she says that she's been completely exonerated, understand that there hasn't been some sort of court investigation or trial or any type of real investigation into this. The Senate Ethics Committee investigated the trades that she made in June, and they alleged that there was no evidence that she broke the law. But we should probably take a look at what the Senate Ethics Committee is. It is not an independent body. It of course consists of senators. I want to read you the names of these senators. It includes Republican Senator James Lankford, Democratic Senator Chris Coons. You have Pat Roberts, another Republican, Brian Schatz, Democrat, James Reich, and then Janine Shaheen. So I mention this because remember, the Senate they're all like so friendly to one another. I mean, they might have some harsh talk for one another when they're doing their press conferences, but behind the scenes, they're fist bumping. And I don't believe for a second that that is a true investigation into potential insider trading, period. Especially since other senators were accused of it as well.
So here's what I don't understand about MAGA guys. So on our side, progressives are on. It's not establishment Democrats, but progressives are. So I'll tell you why they quote unquote cleared her. It's because most of them are crooks. So one of the allegations was another person who did insider trading was Dianne Feinstein, who's a Democrat. So the Democrats had all the motivation to, as always, cover up for the corrupt Republicans because they had corruption on their own side. So they're like, millions of dollars of trades very specifically tailored towards this disaster before anyone else knew and the markets crashed. I don't see any evidence. I don't see anything wrong. Dianne, you're free to go. Yes. Loeffler, you're free to go. Yes. Hey, we're all free to go. Look at that. We're all crooks, and we all decided to declare ourselves not guilty. So we can honestly and clearly say that. Why can't Republicans say that? Why are you guys such zombies that whenever a Republican leader says, "Yes, sir, absolutely, sir," Kelly Loeffler's husband is so rich, he owns the New York Stock Exchange. I'm not kidding. I didn't know you, seriously, until the Loeffler thing broke, and this is my bad. I didn't know you could own the New York Stock Exchange. So they have $500 million. Now, why is that relevant? You want to be rich, have at it, Haas. Because Loeffler literally bought that seat. She gave $2 million in bribes. I'm sorry, I meant campaign contributions to Republicans, including, by the way, Brian Kemp, who you now hate, right? And the governor of Georgia. And so she got appointed. She got appointed for giving $2 million worth of legalized bribes. And then she then makes up for the money. So, oh, you know what? I got my money's worth, because now I'm a senator. I get insider information. I trade on that. I make millions more, and so does my husband. Why would you guys support that? That makes no sense. That is the very, very core of the swamp. We're willing to admit it on our side. I don't know why in the world Republicans wouldn't admit it on their side.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.